Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Akarkadash. Shalom to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered in the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say shalom to the Akim out there. 1144, call Allah Yahweh Shai. So this is a sit-down lesson that I want to bring out from RT.com as of August the 13th, 2023. This was published yesterday because today is August the 14th. And it reads, it says China warns of resolute measures after Taiwan VP's visit to the U.S. It says Beijing said it will take steps to protect its sovereignty after the trip by troublemaking William Lei, if I pronounce his name right. It says China foreign minister has condemned a visit to the United States on Saturday by Taiwan's Vice President William Lei and vows that it will retaliate. It says in a statement on Sunday, Beijing reiterated its opposition to any form of diplomatic communication between Washington and Taipei. Because we already know the tensions between Beijing and Washington been escalating for the last year or so. Especially, the tensions between China and the United States over Taiwan. That as well too. But continuing on, I just want to add an additional note to that. But continuing on with the reading, it says Lau, who is considered a strong contender to win Taiwan's presidential election in January, arrived in New York late on Saturday for what it was officially designated a brief stopover before heading to Bulgaria to attend the inauguration of the South American country's new president. In a release issued by a unnamed foreign minister spokesperson on Sunday, Beijing said it firmly opposed any visit by Taiwan's independent separatists to the U.S. in any name or under whatever pretext. It added that Li is a troublemaker through and that is arrive in the United States seriously violates the One China principle. That One China policy, and gravely undermines China's sovereignty and territorial integrity. It added that China is closely follow the developments that will result in strong measures will be taken to protect the national interests. It says that upon the arrival in New York, Lee wrote on X, which is formerly Twitter, that he was looking forward to see friends and attending transit programs. The diplomat is expected to meet with Taiwanese expertise and to precipitation in New York. The UK Publican and Guardian reported on Sunday, citing an anonymous figure with knowledge of the trip. The source added that Lee intends to keep the visit low-key and will not hold any formal talks with U.S. lawmaker. Lee return trips also includes a stopover in San Francisco, where he is expected to meet with Laura Rosenberg, the chair of American Institute in Taiwan, generally considered to be Washington's de facto embassy in Taipei. Li's brief visit to the United States comes as Beijing and Washington attempts to improve ties following a long-run tensions between the world's two biggest economics. Earlier this month, Washington issued a formal invitation to China's former minister Wang Yi in a move thought to be prequel to a meeting between leaders Joe Biden and Xi Jinping later this year. Washington formally recognized the One China principle, which states that Taiwan is part of China. However, Washington maintains informal diplomatic ties with Taipei in addition to supplying it with weaponry. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass. Matthew 24 and verse 7, and it reads, for nation shall rise against nation. Yeah, that's a prime example. Beijing versus Washington, China versus the United States over Taiwan, over the one China policy. So those tensions are definitely escalating on both sides. Beijing and Washington, then China versus the United States over Taiwan. And they trying to de-escalate the situation, but it's highly unlikely. Well, that scripture comes into mind, 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3, for when they shall say peace and safety. But continuing on, I just want to add an additional note to that. But continuing on, I'm going to read Matthew 24 verse 7 again. This is from BibleGateway.com. Salakia for that. And this is Matthew 24 and verse 7, and it reads again. And this is for edification's sake. I'm going to sit down and lesson. Matthew chapter 24 verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. So with that, hopefully this lesson was edifying. This recent news article as of yesterday of August the 13th, 2023 at 11:44. From RT.com, World News, as it says again, China warns of resolute measures after Taiwan's VP, which is Taiwan's vice president, visit the United States. As it says again, Beijing said it will take steps to protect its sovereignty after the trip by troublemaker William Lay. I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Wakar Shalom to the elders for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And until next time, I will say Shalom.